Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be starting my musical Mayhem reading vlog, I guess. For this read along, I will be reading 5 books, one of which I have already finished and one I am a little bit into. So let's get started. For the prompt of Oliver, which is a middle grade book. And for this I read Ghost Squad by Clarabelle Ortega. This is a middle grade book about 2 girls who they have to do some stuff to save their town from bad ghosts. So our main character, she can see ghosts, and her relatives are ghosts, and to regular people they look like fireflies. And when her grandmother can't transform into a ghost anymore, and when she can't light up anymore, she has to figure out why, and she enlists the help of her friend Sid, who has an aunt that is a witch. And it was really cute. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it the whole time. I can't speak to the writing or anything like that because it's not really written for my age group, but it is mega cute and I really recommend it. I read it in one sitting. So if you are interested in a Halloween-y story about some ghosts and some witches and some magic, then I would recommend this. Then the book that I'm currently reading is for the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang prompt, and that is a book with a magical object or artifact in it. And for this I am reading A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I am about 100 pages into it. It's about several characters, but essentially this world has multiple worlds, and it's different Londons, I guess. So there's a white London, a gray London, a black London, and a red London. And only a certain type of magician or whatever they are can travel between the different worlds. And it's really good so far. I'm really liking it. I think there's definitely going to be something going on with the Black London, because at this point we're just really finding out that Black London, something went wrong with the magic there and they fell apart, and so the world is destitute, but I don't really think that's what's going on. But really, so far it's good and I'm enjoying it. And then for the prompt of Mary Poppins, which is magical realism, something like that, I am going with Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown. This is a story of a young girl who is living in Cleveland, and she's just living her normal life, but she's a wizard. So I'm excited for this. Then for the group book, which doesn't have a prompt, I am reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which I don't know much beyond that. And then for the last prompt, which is Mean Girls, it is a book with pink on the cover, and for this I am going with Destiny's Embrace by Beverly Jenkins. So this, I believe, is about a guy who takes over his family's farm, and then he hires a maid or someone, and there's a romance between them. And those are the books that I'm reading for this readathon. I think I have a lot of really good books here. I'm listening to A Darker Shade of Magic right now on audio, and I'm really liking the audiobook. The narrator obviously has an English accent, a British accent, I guess. So I can't listen to it quite as fast as I usually would, but I'm getting used to it, so hopefully I'll be able to bump it up. But it seems really interesting, and I know this is a beloved series, so I'm excited to dive into it. I'm most excited for probably either Black Girl Unlimited or Destiny's Embrace. I'm not a huge historical romance person. I'm more of a dark romance kind of reader, but I heard great things about Beverly Jenkins, and so I figured if anybody is a good place to start historical romance, then I'm gonna give Beverly Jenkins a shot, and this cover is gorgeous. And I ended up buying the whole series. I think there's 3 or 4 of the Destiny series, and Kindle was having a sale or something where they were all a couple of dollars, and so I got them all. So I'm excited to read these. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for right now, but I will update you guys when I am further into A Darker Shade of Magic. is Friday and I have finished Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. This is about a different, like, layered dimensions, I guess would be the best way to describe it. There's like different Londons, and we follow two main characters, dual POV. One is Kel. He is an Antari, and they are like a race of magicians that there's only two of them left. And then we also follow Lila. She is like a thief, I guess, and they bump into each other, and so, like, you know, classic story, they decide to team up. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and it would have gotten a 3 out of 5 stars if the world building and the magic system like wasn't so well done. I really feel like this was like the definition of a setup book. I really think that V. Schwab put a lot of time and energy into the magic and the worlds, but not into the characters or the plots. The characters were very lacking. Our main characters didn't really have any depth, and our side characters were very flat. Like, I didn't really see a difference in all of the side characters. Belle's family, like, they all could have been one person, and like their enemies, like, they all could have been one person, and it wouldn't have made a difference to me. Like, I didn't connect to any of the characters. I didn't care about any of them. The ending completely negated the whole plot of the book. So I'm not opposed to picking up the second one because I think, like I said, the world building and the magic system is so fascinating that I would enjoy reading more, but this one was not great. That being said, I listened to it entirely on audio. Sometimes I read along in the physical book, but the audiobook was great. I think that if I hadn't been listening to the audiobook, I probably would have DNF'd the book because the plot was just so slow. But the audiobook was fantastic, and I really enjoyed listening to that. So if you have the opportunity to listen to the audiobook, I would recommend that. Yeah, I have no plans this weekend, so I will be playing video games and reading like I usually do all weekend. So I think the next book that I'm gonna pick up is Destiny's Embrace. Like I said in my first clip, this is like a historical romance between a guy that owns a farm and like his governess or his maid or something like that. So we'll see how I like it once I get more in and kind of get a sense of what the story is actually about. I will let y'all know. It's only like, I want to say it can't be any more than like 350 pages. So I'm excited to get into that, and I will update you guys whenever I have something. Hey guys, it is still Friday and I have finished Destiny's Embrace by Beverly Jenkins. I started this today after I finished A Darker Shade of Magic. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It was just okay. I didn't, like, there wasn't really anything about it that I loved. It's about our male main character. He runs his family's ranch, and his mom hires a maid, a housekeeper, to keep his house, and hires our female main character, and like a romance sparks between them. And it was decent. I think the development of the relationship was pretty quick. Not like the, you know, lust, infatuation end, but the love was pretty quick. This book's only like 370 pages, and they were together, like, this is not a spoiler, like, it's a romance, this is what's supposed to happen, like a week, I think, and they were already like using the L word and stuff. So whatever. But yeah, it was just okay. I will be continuing the rest of the series. Like I said, I got it on my Kindle for like $1 a piece, and I think there is like 2 other books, and I think they're about the brothers of the male main character. But yeah, so that is this book. Can we just talk about how stunning this cover is? I freaking love it. It is so pretty. Anyways, so that is this. So the remaining 2 books that I have are A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Black Girl Unlimited. So I think I want, this is a little under, this is 290 pages. And then A Curse So Dark and Lonely is 503. So I think I'm going to start with A Curse So Dark and Lonely and see how I feel about it. Beauty and the Beast retellings aren't like super my thing, especially like the YA variety. They just are kind of boring to me. So I think I'm gonna get into that and see how I'm feeling about it. And if I'm not feeling it, then I'm gonna try to finish it. I might have to pick up the audiobook because I want to get bingo. I am really close. So I just have these 2 books left and then I will have bingo. And yeah, so I am going to start A Curse So Dark and Lonely and I will update you guys with my thoughts. I'm thinking when I'm like maybe halfway through, or maybe if I just have thoughts before then, but I'll let y'all know. Hi guys, it's Sunday. I finished Black Girl Unlimited last night. I basically finished it in one sitting. I listened to the audiobook and read at the same time. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said in the beginning, it's a part memoir, part fictionalized thingy about Echo Brown. And she has magical powers and she lives in a poor area. She goes through a lot. Trigger warning for domestic abuse, drug addiction, sexual assault, depression, a lot of stuff. It was really, really heavy, but it was really good. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars. Like I said, I really liked it. It made me emotional. Like, it was a fantastic story. I really enjoyed the writing, particularly like, so she would bounce around from stories in her life, basically retelling stories of what's happened to her. And each story, so she would break it up like this. And each story would be, it would be totally different, in theme, an event or whatever, and it would really give this stark understanding of each event and how it affected her, because they were so different. One would be cheerful, one would be really sad, and it was just a gut punch. The whole book was a gut punch. And I'm telling you, when you hit 70%, this book is I think 299 pages or something, but when you hit 70%, it's just gut punch after gut punch. And it was so well done, and I don't see this not being in my top 10 favorites of 2020, because it was just really good. Really good. Just wow. I would definitely recommend it. And then the last book that I need to read is the group book of A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I am 85% into it. I'm on page 422 of 503, which is how many the ebook has. I don't know why this is so long. And I'm not hating it, but I'm not liking it. I don't even know if this is gonna scrape a 3-star for me. To be honest, if I wasn't reading it for this prompt and didn't want to get bingo, I probably would have put it down at this point. It's exceedingly long for no reason, and I'm not loving it. I don't know if it's the content, I don't know if it's because it's a retelling or whatever, but it's just really long, and it's just like at this point I'm just like skimming for dialogue, and it's not great. But yeah, so once I am done with that, I will update you guys on my final thoughts and do my little wrap-up thingy. So it is like 30 minutes after I updated you guys last, and I have finished A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I did not like it at all, and like I said, I feel like I probably would have DNF'd it if I wasn't reading it for this readathon. It had nothing. Like, it had no depth, the characters had no depth, the story had no depth, the plot was extremely drawn out, the length was unnecessary. I just didn't really like any of it. The conclusion was extremely dissatisfying. I really just didn't like it. There was like this love triangle that was attempted to be built, but you could tell like it wasn't really gonna go that way, obviously. And all of it was just not done well. There is a second book, and I will not be picking it up. But that is all the books that I needed to read for this readathon. So let's go over what I read. So the first prompt for the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang prompt was a story with a magical artifact in it, and for this I read A Darker Shade of Magic. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I probably would have liked it more if there was more time spent in the characters and the plot. I gave it an additional star because the magic system and the world building was so good, in my opinion, that it made me want to continue and made me want to pick up the next book in the series. But the characters, the ending, and the plot was just a little... It sounds like I had nothing good. Like, I liked nothing in this book, but I really liked, like I said, the world and the magic. Like, I felt like they were top tier, and so this made it a 4 instead of a 3. Yeah. Then the next book that I read was Destiny's Embrace, and I read that for the Mean Girls Read a Book with Pink on the cover. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't really have anything notable to say about this. I think if you are trying to get into historical romance, this is like a perfectly good book. The writing was fine, the plot was fine, it moved along at an okay pace, but it wasn't anything spectacular or gripping, so it was just average. Then, like I said, the group book was A Curse So Dark and Lonely. We know I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. For the Oliver, which was read a middle grade, I read Ghost Squad, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I thought this was super cute. I love the Halloween-y vibes, like the witchy ghostness of it. I thought it was just a very compelling story. It was a quick read. I read it in one sitting. I loved the characters. I loved all the cats. I just really enjoyed my time reading this, and again, like, it's middle grade, so I don't really have many complaints about the writing or anything like that. And then the prompt that will give me bingo is Mary Poppins, and this is read a magical realism story, and I read Black Girl Unlimited. I gave this story 5 out of 5 stars. I thought the writing, the plot, everything about this was stunning. Once that 70% mark hit, I was just speechless. I was emotional. It was just a very stunning read with very heavy topics. I would really recommend looking into, you know, the trigger warnings and things for this book before you pick it up, because it is really heavy, but I would still recommend it. It's a stunning book. So yeah, that means that I have musical mayhem bingo, which is super exciting. I don't get a prize, I just know that I won. And that's it for this vlog. I hope that you guys liked it. Leave a comment down below with any of your thoughts on these books, or if you participated in this readathon and read some books, let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks.